Hello and welcome back. As always, my name is Lazer and today we're gonna do a channel update. And firstly, I'm gonna have to start with an apology. I know these channel updates were supposed to be done a whole lot more often than I did. This one took a while and there's a very good reason for that. But before we get into all of that, I would like to introduce myself to all the new subscribers on the channel. Last time we talked, I think we were at 15,000 subs or something like that. Now we are at 17,200 plus. So welcome guys, happy to have you. My name is Alex. I was born and raised in Romania. More about myself. Yes, I should talk. Well, I don't know what to say. I'm 30 years old. I'm a giant geek for the most part. I mean, I love video games to death. I have been playing video games ever since my father put a Tetris in my hand, even though I don't know if a Tetris is considered a video game or not. But I pretty much game on everything. I game on mobile, I game on consoles, but my true love is the PC. I'm a bit of a tech head as well, and like I said, giant geek. I collect trading card games, board games, action figures, statues, even stuff like Imperial stuff. I mean, look, I got this cool Autobot Transformers shirt. So I'm a bit of a geek. My passion, my number one passion has always been gaming, and I do YouTube and streams. Hi, I'm Alex, and I think that I hope that's good enough for an introduction. Now, the reason why this channel update took so long is because I was trying to find the best way to relate to you what's going on. Because my English is self-taught for the most part, I tend to fumble and stumble and cripple my words terribly, and my pronunciation quite frankly sucks. I know, and because of this I manage sometimes to get the completely wrong point across. I was trying desperately to avoid that. So let's talk about the channel a little bit. Firstly, our main focus, Heroes of the Storm. It remains Heroes of the Storm. It always has been since the channel's inception, and this is the game I love. Okay, I've been sucked into it. I know mostly everything there is, and I kind of done mostly everything there is to do in Heroes of the Storm. It remains our primary focus, but we're gonna change gears just a little bit. We're gonna heavily focus on the new and exciting stuff when it comes to HOTS. So we're gonna do more coverage for brand new hero releases, major changes, something like, I don't know, a brand new map was added, or perhaps some major modifications made to the game, or stuff like that. And we're also gonna be cutting down on the ordinary everyday con, stuff like the same old Alarak build which you already saw 5 times on my channel. Yes, we're gonna cut down a little bit on that to make room for a little bit of diversifying. When I say diversifying, what exactly do I mean? So there are a couple of other games which I wanna do. You should also know, I guess, that from the channel's creation, what I wanted to become is a gaming critic. Now that is a whole lot easier said than done. Obviously, it revolves around you knowing a lot about industry and being able to focus on a lot of different titles at the same time. Whatever is hot and new in gaming, you should focus on, which is why I'm also considering coming up with a weekly show with like the updates in gaming, the news in gaming this week, something like that. Many channels do this thing, and I think I could do a pretty good job at it, so I might give it a shot. Now, when it comes to the actual formats present, you might have noticed that recently I have done a couple of reviews. This is gonna be a permanent format on the channel. Now, these reviews normally are very extensive. We did reviews for Nier Automata, we did reviews for Styx, Transformers Devastation more recently, and Bayonetta, and we're gonna continue with this trend. I consider these reviews to be the highest quality videos I put out. They require a lot of time and effort. Not only the actual gameplay time, which you need to come up with an extensive review, but also actually putting everything together. Let me put it to you very simple. It takes something like this, maybe 40, 50, maybe even more than 100 hours in the case of Nier Automata, than a simple 20-30 minutes gameplay for Heroes of the Storm. And the kicker is that the Heroes of the Storm video guaranteed will have better results, because I know most of you guys are here for Heroes of the Storm, which is why I'm reassuring you. Nobody's forgetting about Heroes of the Storm. It was true that at a certain point I was burned out on it a lot, okay? I simply didn't find that need to play the game anymore. Thankfully, right around that time, 2.0 came around and completely shifted everything, and it got me going into it again. So that was really fortunate for me. We did a lot of content for Mass Effect Andromeda, a little bit for the old Mass Effect games as well. Lords of the Fallen was a game which I enjoyed. I'm also very interested in the upcoming Shadow of War Middle-earth title. We're gonna keep on doing a little bit of Overwatch as well. Nothing too major, maybe a video or two every month. Speaking of which, a video or two every month is gonna be with Smite. Yeah, Broly, yeah, I know you want that. So we're gonna do like a video every month for Smite as well. And we're gonna keep up with the Throwback series. The Throwback series is mostly an overview on a very old or older title, not necessarily very old. Old games which I consider to be good and you might have missed. Okay, so I'm just trying to throw a little bit of attention on games which I consider to be good. So we're gonna keep on with that as well. I talked about Smite and the reviews. Yes, so these are the primary formats that will be present on the channel. And I also do some off-the-wall stuff like, hey, look, I got a cool figure. I'm gonna unbox it on camera and show it to you guys. Oh, hey, no, I got a brand new graphics card. Here's an unboxing, and here's me trying to bolt it on to the inside of my case and all whatnot. It's not bolted on, damn it. It's actually mounted in place. But anyway, doesn't matter. I'm a bit of a tech head, like I said. So yeah, that's about it for YouTube. It's been growing steadily, pretty much at the pace which I kind of foretold. All the brand new content obviously is not doing as well as the regular content because, well, you guys are here for one clear thing in particular, and I totally respect that. You're not gonna get ignored, don't worry about it. But again, we are diversifying, we are branching out into new content, and I will try my primary focus to be, when it comes to the new stuff, into getting you the best reviews I can possibly do. And on that note, let's talk about streams. We also do streams, mostly Monday through Friday for a couple of hours. I am not one of those main streamers that streams for like 8, 10, 6, 7, 12 hours a day. No, my streams usually last for between 2 and a maximum of 4 hours. Head on over to Twitch, I'll link it down below if you want to throw in a follow and check out the streams, by all means. Streams have been going decent, I want to say. There are good streams and there are, well, less than good streams. I mean, what is a bad stream anyway? I consider a bad stream a stream which I didn't personally enjoy. If I didn't like playing what I was playing or doing what I was doing, then I don't think it was worth watching. This is how I kind of see things. I also found out that people get a big kick out of me getting salty, which does happen often for the most part. I didn't know. I thought people hated that. I didn't get that they actually enjoy that. Weird people. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not here to criticize that. Streams have been focused around Heroes of the Storm community games for the most part. In the past, they were focused around Team League or Hero League. But in all honesty, I lost all interest when it comes to Heroes of the Storm competitive. I simply don't care about it anymore. So the content for the streams will also diversify. We're not just gonna do Heroes of the Storm, we're gonna do stuff for brand new titles as well. I got some stuff planned out for Rocket League and maybe something for Player Unknown Battlegrounds as well. This is not the type of game that I personally enjoy. Third-person / FPS survival games with its base on realism, not really my kind of thing, but it's getting to the point where it's a phenomenon now. Everybody's talking about Player Unknown Battlegrounds, so I guess sooner or later I'm gonna have to take a good look at it. Maybe I'll like it, who knows. I'm not a shooter guy, which is why you don't see a lot of FPS content on my channel. I mean, I like Overwatch because I like the world they crafted for the most part, but when it comes to FPS, it is my, I guess, totally subjective opinion that the genre hasn't really evolved all that much in the past 10 years. So there's that. Even though at a certain point I was a Major League Counter-Strike geek, but this was back when 1.3 or 1.6, when it was in its prime time, when people would only play Militia and what was not Dust, we were playing Assault and Militia. That's it. That was the only maps that people wanted to play, and I used to play a lot of Counter-Strike way back then. Alright, so that's about it for the streams. Again, we are diversifying. If you're curious about the streams, once again, drop a follow over on Twitch. You might want to head on over to Twitter and Facebook as well. Drop a like and a follow, because usually that's where I announce the upcoming streams, like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, or even 15 minutes before. I do a quick tweet, hey guys, we're gonna stream this game today, want to drop by and have some fun, something like that. I'm all for doing community content. This is what I really like, because I enjoy mostly these multiplayer games, of course, a whole lot more when I'm playing with you guys. If I'm playing something like The Witcher 3 or Nier Automata, obviously these are single player games. And speaking of which, it will be a mix between multiplayer / competitive games and casual single player games, which are more about the immersion, more about the story and stuff like that. Again, we're going for a mix. Pretty much anything which I believe is worth experiencing, worth taking a look at, worth playing is gonna be on the channel, within the limits of my own resources, of course. Speaking of resources, let's talk just a tad about Patreon. Now, Patreon has fallen off quite severely, which is normal, to be honest. My Patreon was made to mimic the image of my content. However, as you saw, my content changed a lot. There were a lot of formats that got taken out and a lot of brand new formats introduced, and Patreon did not keep up with all the brand new changes on the channel. I need to update Patreon, and I'm gonna do a separate video on it once I have done so. So for the moment it needs a bit of an update, because it's featuring content that some of it I don't even longer do, so it was normal and totally my own fault. But we're gonna change that. I think I'm gonna super simplify it to make it a whole lot easier for people. But on that note, I should really thank some of my biggest supporters. I would like to mention a few people by name, if that's okay with everybody. So giant thanks to, firstly, all of my patrons. To Jory, thanks buddy. These are the guys that stuck with me on Patreon even when I changed the content without letting anybody know. So these guys, major props, thank you so much. Every little bit helps, and you guys have stuck by me for all this time. I can't say thank you enough. How do you say thank you more than that? I don't know. To Guts, buddy, one of my biggest supporters to date. Guts, not only our Patreon, but also on stream donations. Guts has been a wonderful, wonderful supporter. Not only from the material side, but he also came up with actual criticism that helped me shape my content a little bit. Special thanks to Chris, buddy, thanks a lot, really appreciate it. To Christine, to Eliad, and to Reasonable Excuse. Guys, thank you so much for your support, always greatly appreciated. Also, I would like to mention Kunoichi31, which pretty much tunes into all of our streams and always present there. She doesn't talk all that much, but she's a great help and one of my greatest supporters. Thank you very much for all your support. It always matters, and it does keep me going. And I kind of saved like the best for last. Broly Kenpachi, which is the real MVP for me. He's been supporting me even when I... It's hard to ask a person to offer feedback on something that doesn't exist. How does one even go about such things? He helped me out a lot. He's also one of our biggest contributors to date. So huge props to Broly, and he was also the one that kind of allowed me to come up with new content for other games other than Heroes of the Storm and all whatnot. So buddy, I don't know what to say. A simple thank you is not enough for a guy like you. But that's all I can say for now. Thanks bud, and don't worry about Smite. We're gonna throw in a couple of more videos because I know you love that one in particular. And speaking of which, we also got a little bit of a community which you guys might be interested in. We formed a bit of a community over on Discord. We hang around, we talk about video games, we play together, we talk together, and we troll around. There's a lot of trolling. There's some weird people. Never mind about that. So check the video description if you want to find the Discord link. Okay, you're welcome to join. Absolutely. First, I gotta figure out how the hell to do a permanent link for Discord. I'm gonna figure that one out. So the professional YouTube content creator ran out of background footage. Sorry about that. We're gonna switch it really quick with Darksiders. I was on the topic of asking for feedback. Now I know this is a huge line which most people say. Please let me know what you think in the comment section down below so I can ignore it. But in all honesty, that is not the case. Some of the feedback you guys have posted over the years have modified the current formats on the channel. In all honesty, my content wouldn't be what it is today without you guys, and that subscriber count wouldn't have gotten there without some of the very constructive and extremely useful feedback I have received over the years. So thank you for that, and please keep it coming. I promise you, everything you post on this video I will read through. Now in all honesty, I can't promise to listen to everybody because then the content would turn topsy-turvy. You wouldn't be able to tell heads or tails from it. So stuff like, hey listen, I like this, would you like to do more of this? Or I don't like this dude, this is not cool, I don't like how you get salty, or stuff like that. This is just an example. Just keep in mind that when I do content, there are two major objectives that I try to achieve. When I do YouTube catered content, I try to be entertaining, which is the most important, and I try to be informative as well. If I manage to do these two things, then that is GG, well played right there from my point of view. But the most important thing, I try to put a smile on your face. If I manage to put on a smile at least one person's face for my content, that is a job well done in my book. That is usually what I try to achieve, to be informative and to be entertaining. So again, if there's some new hotshot title you guys have been playing and you like, let me know about it. If you would like to see a specific type of content, again, let me know about it. What you don't like, again, let me know about it. It does matter. Even negative feedback does help to shape content, and it helps me improve overall as a content creator. Once again, you got my promise, I will read every single little bit of comments on this video. And well, with that, oh wow, yeah, we reached the final part of my spreadsheet, the last bullet point. The last bullet point is talk about yourself, which is an oddball point for me, because to be perfectly frank, I am not very good at talking about myself. I never was, and my wife can attest to that. She had major league problems because of it. But anyway, we're not gonna get into that. Yeah, we're not gonna get into that. I don't know what to say. I'm not a very interesting person by nature. I'm your average, ordinary gamer geek for the most part. I guess I get more experience in gaming than most people. But how about... I got it. Listen, I'm gonna tell you a funny story. This actually happened. Check it out. So about a week ago, no actually, it was like 2 months ago, I went to McDonald's. After my jog, I walked by McDonald's, which was a dumb idea to begin with. And the smell hit me, okay? I gave in and I started walking towards McDonald's, and even before I got to the actual entrance of the bloody mega store, it's a huge bloody McDonald's, there was this chick outside, this 90, blonde, long hair, blue eyes, heels the size of fucking Texas, that was like, hello sir, would you like to try? Oh, I wanna try. Anyway, she gave me, I don't know what she said, what was the actual product, I don't exactly remember, but she gave me a couple of flyers and I went flying right in. You know, blah blah boobs, of course. So after I went in, these guys had like 7 or 8 cash registers, and I still had to wait like 15 to 20 minutes in the actual line. So I waited for about 15 minutes, then I got to the register and I was like, hello, I would like 2 salads. And she was like, would you like McChicken? I said, no, thank you, no McChicken, I just would like the salads. Yes, but if you buy the Happy Meal together with the salad, and I was like, okay, thank you. No, I just want the salads, I don't want any burgers, because I didn't even get to the because. I just managed to say because. Yes, but if you buy McChicken with a salad, you'll get a discount. I was like, ma'am, please, just give me the salads. And I think I might have raised my voice unconsciously there just a tad little bit, because the manager came over. It's like, hello sir, is there a problem? I was like, no, there's no problem here, she's doing a good job, no problem at all. Oh, I see, I would take your order. And she pushed the little girl out of the way. That was a fucking dick move. I don't know if she was trying to impress me or not, it just made me want to puke for the most part. Anyway, and she's like, what would you like? And I would like 2 salads. And she's like, would you like McChicken with that? What the flying fuck? Anyway, I wasn't trying to make a scene or anything, and I said, no man, thank you. Your colleague told me already about the McChicken and the meal and the Happy, everything is fine, I just want the salads. But you know sir, you would get a discount if you... And at this point I didn't even let her finish. I turned around and walked towards the exit. I got to the crossroad, and then somebody yelled at me, well, not yelled at me, called out to me. It was like, sir, and I turned around. It was the blonde coming at me with a bag of stuff. Here sir, complimentary salads on the house. Oh baby, yes. So I got free salads, and they were pretty good. I did enjoy those salads. Danny didn't want any, so I ate both of them. It was pretty good. Anyway, I don't know if that was a funny story or not. They seemed to enjoy it on Discord when I told them. And speaking of Discord, did I tell you about our little community group? I don't know if I did. But anyway, check the video description if you want to join. And well, I think that covers it about talking about myself. Not many interesting things to say, I'm afraid. So that's about it. Guys, thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for hearing all my ramblings. Again, if you got anything to say to me, in the comment section down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. And thanks again. I really appreciate it.